absolutely freaking terrible. That music coming in and that choppiness at the end. I apologize for that. Oh, I got something here too. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CPS Victims Hunting Justice. It is Tuesday night. Looking for the thumbs up. I got a thumbs up. Yes, Tuesday night it is. I apologize about earlier. I got stuck in some traffic earlier. By the time I had gotten back, it wasn't. We weren't able to connect for the show. But here we are now, so that's all that matters. Uh, so what do we got going on tonight, guys? What do we got? We got the chat up here like we always do. Right here, we've got to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. So if you guys can please do that, you can do that. We got this sad trombone, just in case you need it. And we got some Minnie, and we got Carrie, and we got Danielle. So let's bring them all out. And Herbert's in the house too. Look at this. We got a full house. What do you think of that? Do you guys like that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Where's Danielle?
How you doing, guys?
So Herbert, I need a picture of you.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, Herbert.
Okay, good. Very good. Number 3.
I like that. I like that backdrop. I like that picture. Yeah. It's a good.
Can you
Herbert,
hear me?
Gary needs a picture of you.
Yeah. Yes, we. Can you hear
Say
us,
what?
Herbert? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Say what?
Yes, loud and clear.
What's up, Jim? Oh, just not when I talk.
I was listening to you guys all the time. What I wanted to say to Danielle is that all the stuff that I've been sending, guess what? It's still happening yesterday. It's still happening.
It's always. But
Danielle, the corruption with CPS 20 years, 30 years ago is
right. Okay, but my question
the
is
corruption
to you, when you for one, I'm not okay. When people are asking about our resources, they could ask us, and if they're gonna look it up, we need to see how credible it is, because it all depends on the people that we introduce it to. That's the thing. Some of them, I mean, that's all it depends on. So I don't know where this conversation came from, but like we are live, yeah. So can we, yeah, Herbert, but yes, you're good. Yes, it is still going on.
The conversation about what?
It's not
this
the
is like
resource.
This is like a behind the scenes type conversation.
How far do you when you look up stuff? Is that what you're talking about? You're fine. Like, okay, yes.
Well,
I'm
learning
from experience.
People.
Right. But see, that's a lot of people don't realize how old it. You know what I'm saying? How old it could be, or what?
No, it is old.
It all depends. But
no, it's
right.
Danielle, it is old, but it comes out of YouTube.
Right, and there's a lot of old stuff on YouTube. Yes, but it all depends on the audience and how. Right, but it.
This is corrupt.
Of course. But look, can we change the subject right now?
Right, we can talk about it later.
Yeah, we can talk about this later, because we're not talking about the resources. We're talking about CPS in general. But it all depends on.
But for some reason, I was.
Okay.
I just thought that we would bring up some of the videos I'm sending you, because we could discuss
how to
help people to understand how to navigate with the police
and
CPS.
Herbert, you are correct. It's just right. CPS is still going on. Yes, the corruption's still going on. It just depends on the audience. That's all I was referring to. If that's what you're meaning, it could be. Yes, it is all still going on, but people, it's all dependent on the audience. Like from my experience, and that's what I meant by that, was that the people that I've not entertained. I'm not even going to say that. That sounds so wrong. But what I'm saying is the people that I've interacted with,
they like to see more recent. They like to see more recent.
Yeah, they want recent, like the new, like a news, like they don't something. Like, because mine would say 5 years or older, they would be like, well, Danielle, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying from experience, not saying, not docking anybody, not putting anybody down at all. I'm just saying from my experience. So, and I mean, it's an opinion. It's just putting my word in.
I'll
That's
give
all
you,
it was. Okay.
Danielle, say no more. I'll give you new stuff.
All right.
Oh no, you're fine.
I'll
No,
search for new
some of the
stuff.
old stuff is good though. But I was just saying, you're fine.
No,
You're
I just
good
said
though.
to you,
But you
get
do,
off of that, get
you
off of
are
that. I'm saying to you, I'll search for new stuff. I could get new stuff.
okay. Okay. But you're awesome though, Herbert. Just know that, because you're helping out and you're voicing, and that's what's up. So, like, if Herbert shows up on your doorstep, don't answer the door.
No, it's okay.
Run the other way.
So,
Stuff don't come up. It
so
does so we can put.
well,
presentation
what have
of
you?
these
Well, what have you
witnesses.
discovered, Herbert? Like, what
That's
have you
part,
researched?
perhaps, of a national
Okay, we're
movement
good.
to
I
abolish child
discovered
protective services or
that a lot
to
of
make
people they don't
huge
realize that they're inviting
reforms. For I hear
CPS.
accusations that the system is
Right.
made,
Right, you're correct.
is based on capitalism and colonialism, and it's
I was saying
created
that
for
I discovered that a
profit
lot of
and
people are inviting
should be
CPS in their home
abolished.
and don't realize it.
Another witness testified that this is the new slave master. It's like slave holding. That the CPS is trafficking children and kidnapping them. I just in many things I think this thing has almost been, I hate to use the word hijacked, but I think hijacked by a national movement here to abolish child protective services across the country. And I don't really know, I guess, where to go with all of this.
All right. So, did we catch that from the beginning, or should I start it over? Danielle, this comes from your neck of the woods. All right. Danielle, this comes from your neck of the woods.
I think, first of all, that it seems to me that there has been a coordinated effort behind the presentation of these witnesses that's part, perhaps, of a national movement to abolish child protective services or to make huge reforms. I hear accusations that the system is made, is based on capitalism and colonialism, and it's created for profit and should be abolished. Another witness testified that this is the new slave master. It's like slave holding. That the CPS is trafficking children and kidnapping them. I just in many things I think this thing has almost been, I hate to use the word hijacked, but I think hijacked by a national movement here to abolish child protective services across the country. And I don't really know, I guess, where to go with all of this.
All right, that's a great question. So, obviously, we were talking about. He was mentioning this right here. I'd like to say that we have a little bit to do with that, right?
Back it up, yep.
Hijacked it, but what do you guys think? What do you think? You think that abolishing CPS is the right thing to do? You think that? What do you guys think? Where are you with all this stuff?
I think it's not just CPS that they need to be looking at. I think that they need to be looking not only at CPS but DHS as well, or DHS, DSS, whatever it's called.
Right.
Also with the guardian ad litems and these ADAs.
Yeah, absolutely. The ADAs, especially the guardian ad litems, are getting away with. Well, I don't want to say murder, but in some cases they really are. They're not doing their jobs. They're not visiting these kids as much as they're supposed to be. They're writing
lying
reports
on
that are biased
paperwork.
on one side of the courts.
Hey, Darren, your question was. Darren, your question was CPS dollars.
Herbert, you're breaking up.
Yeah. What was?
Darren, you said the question was
You're
CPS
breaking
be
up, Herbert.
abolished.
You sound like a
Yeah.
robot, Herbert.
Crashing robot. Reset, Herbert. Reset it. He said, my question was to abolish CPS, I believe is what he was saying. But we were
Yeah,
talking about that. We were just talking about the things. Like he said, that guy, he doesn't know where to go from here. So is it dismantling parts of the system that are working and aren't working?
I think we need to take it all the way back to the beginning. Back to what they were originally made for.
Yeah, nothing.
So how do we
Checking
do
out
that?
pets.
We have
How do we
to
do that? Do
get that.
we dismantle it, or do we
have to,
restructure? Or
no, we have to reach out to every single senator on our Republican, Democratic, whatever parties, and reach out to them, and then reach out to the president and his administration and get these voices heard.
right?
Right. Yeah, I love it. Here's Danielle. I was looking for her. There she is. Is she coming back?
Well, there's Herbert. Herbert's back.
Herbert's back. All right, Herbert.
Sorry, Herbert.
Jesus almighty. I cannot believe this. We need to start working on this guys a little bit better here. This is not good. Not good at all. Where's Danielle? Where'd she go?
I don't know. She disappeared.
All right.
Gary Fitzpatrick, CPS in Nebraska, Canada, deliberately tried to kill my son 2 times.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Chris
Probably no one.
Chris said she's got a lot of updates too. I don't know where she just flew to, but she was just talking.
Yeah. She might have been up. I don't know. What do you guys think out there? What do you guys, the viewers, think? Do you guys think about abolishing CPS as the way to do this? Dismantling it? Do you think it could be Band-Aid fixed? What do you guys think? What's your thoughts? Because this is where
I like that.
it's coming to the crossroads here.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm like, where the hell is? What do you think, Carrie? What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know what would fix it. I feel like the whole foundation's bad. The whole core is bad, you know?
Yeah.
Like the whole core of it, the whole base of it is bad. So like you take a house and the foundation's bad, what do? You redo the foundation.
Right.
Right? Is it repairable, or is it demolish and start over? I don't know. I don't know what the key is there. Yeah, Colton doesn't either. Did you hear that?
Yeah. No. It is fine. Let's see here. What's good? Hello, Chris. You got updates? Cool. Let us know what they are, Chris, when you just fire them away. But nobody wants to talk about what we want to think about with CPS. We lost Danielle and Herbert. I
think it's a whole. I think every one of us go back and forth. I mean, all of us know what the reason that it's there for. You know, like what its real purpose was supposed to be. Its real purpose was supposed to be to help the orphan kids that had no family to go to. It also was for abused children that were seriously abused. And it was to take care of them. But now it's turned into this trafficking and this divide and conquer mission and this bullshit mission. It's maybe it has. I mean, you know, there's a comment here. It's all bad. It was all bad. Always has been bad since the beginning. And not that I believe that too. I think that there's been more people that have moved into that field with bad motives, with bad reasoning why they're doing it, with bad intentions. And they don't, all it did was bloody the water. It just made it bad. It hasn't made it good whatsoever. That's for sure.
Right. Not at all.
Rarely when do you find a worker, you're like, man, this lady really, or this person really wants to do what they're doing. They really have good intentions. I can't remember the last time I met a worker like that. It was when I was a kid. I was fortunate to have a worker like that.
So that was still a little tough. So,
yeah, it's always been about money and taking poor bait. Yeah, and giving them to rich. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, I was part of that. I get it. Yeah, that's amazing. If an attorney general was saying that, that's crazy. Because
you know why?
An attorney general hear what we're saying about the corruption.
You know why? It's because these rich women do not want to ruin their body figure, so they don't want to have kids because they'll get their stretch marks.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what?
I mean, I'm not trying to laugh about it, but just the way you said it was kind of funny. But
you should not be worried about stretch marks. For one,
right.
You know, having a baby.
Have you guys seen the Hulu? Have you guys seen the Hulu TV show *Handmaid's Tale*? Has anybody ever seen that?
Nope.
It's this. It's like it's like the end of the world or the start of the new world or whatever, and they split up all these families. Everybody's like running for Canada for that's the only place you can be safe. Nowhere in the United States to be safe. They're taking kids away. They're putting these kids in these homes and teaching them, grooming them. Yeah, it's just weird. It's a weird show. I mean, it really is what I believe the end result, what they want the end result to be. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a preview, but it's weird. It's a weird show, and it's a lot of similarities. But it's just not. It's just this new government doing it, with this new world or whatever. But it's a lot.
Oh,
all those bad intentions are there. All of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you just look at the preview of it?
No. Lynn just sent me something. It's Child Protection Services trafficking ring exposed.
Oh, all right, good.
I'll send you the link, man.
Yeah, let's see some proof here.
I'm sending it to you on Facebook right now. They just sent me a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, the missing children in Hawaii and the hurricane victims. Yes, yeah, we talk about them a lot. Yes, absolutely.
All right, I just sent them all to your Facebook now.
Uh-oh. There's Danielle.
She's back. Nope, there's Herbert. Herbert's back.
Herbert's back. Herbert's back.
Check your Facebook, Darren.
Danielle won't be back. Something
won't
happened
be?
with her something happened with her electricity. It went out.
Brain?
No, no. She said the transformer made a loud noise and it went out.
Oh Jesus! Now our transformers are blowing up.
We're supposed to have some nasty
send good thoughts Danielle's way.
Yeah, let's send that to Danielle, the exploding transformer lady.
Yes. No.
Danielle, I'm sorry your things are blowing up as we speak.
People took it like it was a true story when a woman lost the ER minds over that show. Yeah. In my opinion, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
So Herbert, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay, I had to use my wife's phone because obviously my phone wasn't working right with you guys. So what's my thoughts on what? I was asking you the question. You said, should we abolish CPS? You said, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. My answer to that is no. It shouldn't be abolished. It should be redone over again. It should be restructured.
So how to restructure it from the bottom? Just take all the employees out and start over fresh, or
you start from the top. You start from the top and restructure from the top and let that wiggle down right down to the little young lady that comes to your door. It's all restructured. It has to be restructured.
Right. I guess I haven't
Okay.
thought about starting it from the top. That's a good perspective.
No, you can't start from the bottom. No, you gotta start from the top because they're the ones that make the rules and regulations. I'll give you an example. In the police department, it started from the top that said no more chokeholds.
Right.
They started from the top that said you can't do high-speed chases through neighborhoods.
Right.
So you
Makes
start
sense,
from the
yes.
top and you bring it down. High-speed chases were killing innocent people. The cops
It's
are running
all
like
Dana.
the bad guy's running at 100 miles per hour, so is the cop. And guess what? People are dying because the cop are killing people. So they said no high-speed chases. So what they do is they send a drone up in the sky or they send a helicopter up in the sky and they follow the car.
How do you feel about the drones? Do you feel like it's invasion of privacy to other people that it affects?
The drone is going up for one purpose, to go after the bad guy. They're not concerned about the other people. They're trying to they'll follow the bad guy when he parks the car 10 miles away.
I was just curious. Sorry, that was more like a side question. I was more just curious about your opinion. How you felt about it.
Well, let me tell you. Okay. Are you aware? I can answer that for you. Forget about drones. Are you aware of the fact that satellites that's up in the heavens can look down at a newspaper in your backyard?
Yeah, absolutely.
So forget about drones. They got something more powerful. They got satellites that can watch what people are doing.
Right, exactly.
That's why they put you through that body scanner when you get arrested.
Yeah.
Put you through what?
A body scanner. They go in the machine.
What is that about? I've never seen one like that. Well, I guess I haven't been arrested lately. That's probably a good thing. Is that a new thing in the last 10 years?
Think recently about that guy that killed that guy with United Health. They followed him with cameras throughout the entire Manhattan using AI cameras.
Yep.
Wherever he went, they followed him. They found him.
Welcome all you new people to the show, by the way.
Yes, there are a lot of new people. Hi, everybody.
We don't know what is flying over Jersey. Somebody said, Denny says, we don't know what's flying over Jersey. Yeah, no, we don't know what's flying over Jersey, but something is.
Yes, sir.
They did not find him.
Well,
did they find the guy?
You didn't read that news?
Doesn't look that way.
Carrie, are you asking if they found that guy?
No, I was reading the message. Tina's message. It said did they find him? And then she
they
said
found
somebody
him.
else turned him in.
Oh no, they found him. They traced him. Somebody could have also turned him in because he was a very popular guy, and his parents are very wealthy.
Right.
Super rich in Baltimore.
All right, Darren, are you gonna play that video? Darren. You guys bored him again. Bored him.
Which video? Which video are you talking about?
I sent him one.
Vinny just got a video sent to him. What was it for, Vinny? You want to tell us the headline again?
It ran, Maine Child Welfare Agencies failed to follow its own policy. That's one of them. Maine has spent nearly 1.6 million reviews its embedded child welfare system. Then another one is Child Protective Services trafficking ring exposed.
Yeah, that one. Send it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to Darren.
Yeah, well.
Is Darren installing the video now?
Trying to, Herbert. Trying.
Okay.
Yep. He's got to download it first.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you have to reshare them.
Yep.
I mean, just because it seems easy doesn't mean that it is.
Oh, baby.
That's you know.
Now, Darren definitely does make it look easy. And then when I go to do it, it takes me forever. He definitely makes it
Dina
look
made
easy.
Dina made a statement that's very true. It has always been about money and taking poor babies and giving them to rich women. Yep, that's been going on for centuries.
Yes. It definitely has.
That's been going on for centuries. That's not old news. That's not new news. I mean, that's just been going on.
Now they just do it in a whole discreet way. Now it's just discreet.
Well, they try to make it discreet, but we're all onto it. But it's happening in every state, everywhere, and in all countries
Absolutely
too. It's not even the states. It's happening in countries also.
Yeah, look at our friends in the UK.
Yep.
So similar too. The craziness is the similarities. The similarities in stories, the similarities in everybody's cases. It's just insane. And it seems that, you know, you take so blatantly obvious statements and cases being so close to each other that people would be more aware of the corruption and see it. But instead it's fed into, and you know, here we are. But we complain about it all the time, and you know.
Right.
But we're gonna keep talking about it. We're gonna keep exposing it.
Keep doing it right. Exactly. I don't know what the else.
Dana said that the McDonald's worker turned the guy in.
Good. I mean, I hate to see something bad.
But she says, I don't believe it's the right guy, but officials will take the credit. They always do. I've seen it on television. That's the right guy. I looked at his eyebrows. Even when his face was covered up, I looked at his eyebrows. He has thick eyebrows. And the guy they got has he has thick eyebrows.
What's wrong with that?
No. His face was covered except for his eyes.
I was just joking, Herbert.
Oh, okay. You know me with jokes. I don't joke. I don't joke. So his face was. Sometimes, not too often. I've been through a lot in 30 years, you know.
Right. Yes, you have.
Shot, everything else. I've been through a lot in 30 years.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for being a cop and be going through all them experiences. To be as open-minded as you are to like this issue. It is pretty incredible.
I don't. It's very rare that I joke. It's very rare.
Right.
Oh, Jamie's here.
Yep. And that's okay. We don't all have to agree on things either. He just said,
yeah, Tammy. I know Tammy just chimed in. I want Tammy to know that she should send me some new material, current stuff going on with CPS, not old stuff, so we can display it on the show.
Carrie Fitzpatrick just said, unfortunately, it's going to take a commoner to like us to be elected into office to change anything. Absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, well, we got Trump in office, so that's going to change stuff.
Right, because he's definitely a commoner now.
Yeah,
he's definitely been put in the ringer and knows. Yeah, has got a little bit more life experience now.
Yeah, and I got a thing going on with Vinny. Vinny felt that things are going to change within a few weeks. I said, no, Vinny. I said, how about between January and June? Let's see what happens. Right, Vinny?
I think he's one of the first presidents that ever got in office and actually made moves the first week last time.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen anything like it got me interested in politics. I never paid any attention to any of that before.
I agree with you.
He made all sorts of moves. It was great.
I agree with you. But in terms of CPS, I say let's see what he'll do between January and June.
Right. I think it'll take probably that long anyway just to do any kind of process. But
Well,
yeah,
there's
I'm with you,
too
Herbert,
many
though.
let me tell you, I've done research. There's way too much stuff going on with CPS in every state. There's way too many people
Right.
complaining, having their children stolen.
Well, right,
Way
but
too
where do
many.
you start? I mean, as a president, where do you start? Where do you start from
You
with
start
that?
from the
Where do you-
top.
where do you-
You start from the
So where's
top.
the top? Where's the
The
top
top
at?
is whoever
Like
you start from whoever's in charge
board of
of
directors.
CPS in
So
over
that'd be
all the
board of directors,
states.
they're nonprofit, right?
No, you
So you
start
start
from the
there, the
federal
board-
government level. The federal government level you start,
They're-
and then weasel it down to the states.
But they're not state
And you gotta-
agencies. They're nonprofit. They're state agents that enforce state policy. They're not state agents, right? Am I right on that?
You're dealing
how
with
I've always
CPS. I'm going, yeah, you're right. But I'm going higher than CPS. I'm going with who is way above them that give them their
Just
marching
the board
orders.
of directors. That's it.
No,
Just the board
no,
of directors.
no. CPS doesn't start from board of directors and down. There's somebody higher than that in the government that oversees CPS throughout all the
Like
states.
the president. That's the
Yeah.
president.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Like the press. So he should.
So we already got that. We can check mark that action off. We got a new president.
So he should snap his finger and stop all the stealing of the children. That's what he should do.
Darren, does that help? I dropped it down below.
What's that?
I put
Private
the
chat.
LinkedIn down below. You see it?
Hold on a minute.
Hey, Dina, if I'm pronouncing your name right, Dina, I agree he has so much on his plate, but he's not by himself. He has a whole bunch of people that work for him, the president. Lots of people that work for him to get things done according to the way he wants to get it done. So he's not doing this all by himself.
I think the showing part is that he's doing something now already. I mean, through that website that you can report your case to. I can't remember the name of it right now. I got it written down too. Sorry. What's the name of that website? The JFK, is it JFK's or?
Yeah, JFK. Yeah.
Yeah, that website. Thank you, Vinny. And that website, just even starting that now. I mean, that's great. That shows to me that shows a lot of something's going to happen for him to already be in the process of collecting stories, and that's great. That's incredible.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. So once he's in office, then we'll see how much stuff he can get done with all the people that work under him. He's not doing it by himself.
Right. Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. Or that would be a lot. I mean, look, we can't do this by ourselves. We all need each other to do this.
Yes, Dina confirmed that it's
together,
JFK.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot better that there's more of us to help each other. There's more of us to bring knowledge to the table, and we couldn't do it like this if there was just one of us.
No.
Plus, it'd
and
be
you
exhausting.
know what? If it wasn't for all,
forever.
If it wasn't for all these shows that come on, these podcasts and everything that come on, a lot of people wouldn't know that they're not by themselves.
Right.
A lot of people in CPS, they think that they're the only ones having their children taken away. But when they get on, they see all these different podcasts and different YouTube stuff and everything else, and they realize, oh my God, I'm not by myself. Other people are having their children taken too.
Right. Which is incredible because this didn't happen. I don't feel like this happened before. I mean, I don't feel like when I was dealing with this 15 years ago with my other child, I don't remember being like this. I don't remember.
Right? We don't have the internet.
Right.
We don't have access to all the same information that we do now. Like FOIA, what the hell is a FOIA?
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt back then. You had to go to the library. You had to go check out law books, and it's getting a policy book from somebody was incredibly.
Yeah, you had to go through the Dewey Decimal System.
Yes, yeah, that's what Darren said the other night too. Yep, the Dewey Decimal System. Yep. You guys probably don't even know what that is out here. Kids nowadays have no clue about that. Now they use barcodes. That's a good similarity to it, right? Now they use barcodes.
Yes.
QR codes.
But you know, the easiest thing, and a lot of people don't do it. What I've been watching all these videos, there's something very simple and easy. CPS comes to your door. You say, how can I help you? They say, well, we'd like to see your kids. You say, do you have an order, a court order to see my kids? They said, no, we don't have that. Well, you can't see my kids. Have a nice day. That's it.
Right.
Don't argue. And the thing is, parents argue with them. And I'm like, why are you arguing? Just say goodbye.
Because it's difficult. It's really so difficult. Like when you're in that situation, your blood's going, your adrenaline's going, your emotions are all over the place. And it's so hard not to. It's so hard not to stand up.
I know it's hard not to, but they're not the ones to argue with. It's the same thing I tell people with traffic stops.
I agree with you, Herbert. I agree with you. I'm just trying to explain why we do it. Like me recently. I mean, I've been in this group for over a year, and been around this, been learning about it more and more. And still, when it happened to me 3 months ago, I still ran my mouth and talked to him like an idiot because I got caught up in the moment of it. And I wanted them to know my son's condition. I wanted them to know, listen, you're not coming back to my property with the removal unless you're not taking him from me without a court order. I wanted her to know that. And then, I fell for the bait every time. Every time she'd be like, oh, well, this, I need to know this. And here I felt like I had to defend my whole family. I had to defend my son's actions, my actions.
They are taught.
And you're exactly right. I shouldn't have. But I should.
Yeah, they're taught how to ask you questions to get your goat going. They're taught how to ask you things.
Right.
See,
it's crazy.
Whereas
it's crazy.
You
like I even know this. I already know this, and I fell for it in the moment. You know?
I understand. But you actually won when you say, if you show me an order, I let you in. Have a nice day. Close the door. That's it.
Right.
Now you actually piss them off. But when you start running your mouth, they're laughing. Inside, they're laughing at you.
But what sucks for some of us is that our history hems us up with that one. Our history if there's not a judge that's actually going to have an open mind and listen to what's going on or whatever, they just sign the order. You know what I mean? Like to remove that kid or whatever the case may be. And if they don't even listen to the story and they just sign that order, then your kid's gone just because you just pissed off that worker. That's what goes through our minds. That's what we start thinking about. We start thinking that, I'm just trying to explain that side of it, and it just the emotions you go through, and it's so scary and it's so emotional. There's no other word for it. It's emotional and it's scary and it's I had PTSD over it. I feel like I started having flashbacks to when it happened to me the first time. And, and even having the knowledge I have now, and I can give advice to people very well and have that knowledge right on the tip of my tongue to give that advice. But yet when it comes to me, myself, and my family, I start panicking. I freak out.
Yes.
I feel
I understand.
sick. I need all that knowledge sometimes, and because the emotions take over,
Yes,
and
I understand.
It's just, you guys.
But you just brought up something that we all forgot about. You just brought something up we all forgot about. The judge. Forget CPS. The judge.
Right.
Those judges have to be re-educated.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they're the ones that are.
Please, they just read a law book once in a while.
No. Forget that. The law book has to be revamped.
Then there's that too, yeah.
You have to revamp the law book because the judge is citing from the law book. So that has to be changed.
Right.
So you got to change the judge, you got to change the law book, and all of that is at the federal level, not at the state level.
Yeah, start with, yes. I agree.
You see, so that's why I'm saying when you say get rid of CPS, no, I don't say get rid of it or abolish it. No, I say you got to go on a higher level to the judge and above level to revamp all of that so it filters down to the CPS people that they can't do this and they can't do that. They have to have better guidelines.
I'm
Right, and I
still
agree with
stuck on
you,
that.
Tina.
I'm stuck on the fact that we need to just educate people, and that's where we're at. Never mind
We have to
telling them what.
educate.
Right.
You say educate people, Darren?
Correct. Educate.
You mean educate the parents?
Educate anybody.
Well,
Everybody.
I totally agree with you on that, because one of the videos I sent you was a really nice family. They looked pretty well to do, and they had no clue when they brought their child in because they had the flu to the doctor's office. Next thing they knew, 2 days later, CPS was coming to take the child.
For the
They
flu.
had no clue.
Jesus. Now that can happen to any one of us.
They
you're in
innocently
Canada,
they innocently took
Gary
their
Fitzgerald
infant. They innocently
he
took
just
the
said that-
infant to the hospital because the child had the flu. The next thing, the doctors who are mandatories, right? Mandatory reporters, contacted CPS. CPS was at their door 2 days later.
Yeah.
So did you see what Carrie Fitzgerald Fitzpatrick just said? In Canada, if you piss off CPS, they go and falsely get an ITO, which is an information like our probable cause warrants, with police to obtain a warrant. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yes, we are women, and yes, we are emotional. And if it comes to our kids, we're even like 10 times more emotional. I agree with that completely.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to get emotional because that takes you into another realm of things. It takes, I mean, I've had stops where I did a stop sign stop and it ended up 3 charges on the individual in addition to resisting arrest. And it was only a stop sign.
Yeah, it's only a $300 ticket. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but the thing is, the guy
No, I
that
know.
I
I
stopped,
agree. No, I was just laughing. I've had one, so
he escalated everything to the point that he got charged with more stuff. Disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, everything else. And it didn't have to happen. When my objective was just to give a warning, sir, you have to stop at a stop sign. That's all it was.
Right.
But he started with, I'm not showing you nothing.
Oh my goodness. I don't have to, right?
Yeah, he says, I don't have to show you anything. I'm not showing you nothing. I'm traveling. I'm not driving. And then it escalated. I kept escalating. And I'm like, I don't believe this guy. All I wanted to do was give him a warning.
Right. I wish that's what I would have got. The last stop sign ticket I got.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice.
Typos. I do it all the time.
What do you do, Vinny?
I do typos all the time. I'm always trying to correct myself, especially when I'm writing motions, because I'm always screwing them up.
Oh, well, you'll get it right, Vinny. Don't worry, you'll get it right.
Spell check.
But I will tell you guys that other than on the criminal side of things, I go to court Thursday. We don't know where we stand at the moment because we don't know what's going to happen. It's basically all up to the judge.
Right.
So we're kind of at the judge's discretion right now.
Gotcha. And what day is that going to happen, Vinny? When do you go to court?
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
I'm probably going to be there for more than an hour.
Yes, thank you, Gary. All right. Well.
By the way, Dana says that doctors cause more harm, and that's the truth. Because if a doctor makes a decision and calls CPS, they're going to follow up on what the doctor's saying, and maybe the doctor's wrong.
I think the doctor's the only one that gets the immunity, that they don't get in trouble for that, aren't they not? Did we just learn that the other day?
Nope, the doctors don't get in trouble because remember, they're doctors. They're doctors. So if there's a bruise on a child and they're called CPS is going to listen to the doctor.
So they cause a lot of
Tammy
problems.
abolish it. Tammy's opinion is abolish.
Love it. We're heavy on the abolish side.
Yep.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I know, Tammy. You're saying abolish. Tammy, I'm not going with the abolish. I'm going with straighten it out. I'm going with redo it. That's what I'm saying. Not abolish. Because if you abolish it, what are you going to?
You can't redo it. You can't redo it.
You can. From a high level, you could look at the rules, the regulations. You could look at how everything is done and revamp it.
No, I don't believe that for 1 second.
No,
Okay.
they need to get rid of every single caseworker and every fucking supervisor, and every supervisor above them that are making all these kinds of money off of these lower workers, because these supervisors are superseding their own employees.
Okay, I'll give you an example of abolish. You remember with defund the police? You remember that thing came out about defund the police?
Yeah.
Okay, when they did defund the police, most police departments did a slowdown. So if you called up and said somebody's trying to break in my house, you call 911. 911 tells the police to respond. They'll get there in about an hour and a half.
Jeez.
That's what happened with defund the police.
Yeah.
It wasn't about
Good
defund
point.
the police.
That's a good
It was
point.
about go
That's a good
in.
point.
It was about go into the police department and take out the bad police, take out the bad cops, get rid of them. Okay, that's what it was about. Re-educate them. Get the police to understand a person who's mental and not criminal. He's just a mental. So you don't go tasing them and beating them up and all that. You get somebody that knows how to handle that. Get a mental person with the police department that handles the mental people. Or teach the police how to handle mental people. That's what you do. You don't defund the police. When you defund them, that's less police out there. So when you really need help, they're not there. They're not there. And that has already happened in a lot of cities. And they felt it. So I'm saying we need something. If you abolish CPS, get rid of all the CPS workers, what happens when you have a parent that's really beating up and abusing their child? And that child's asking for help, but there's nobody to help that child.
So that's a good point. So what do we do?
What that?
So
Can you
what do-
tell
what-
me?
what-
You've already, listen, hey, Kerry, you abolish CPS. You have a child that wants to get the hell out of that house. That child has no place to go to, nobody to go to for help because you abolish CPS. So what does the child do?
Community. Goes to the community. Goes
What
to
community?
the pasture. Goes to...
What community? People don't even talk to their neighbors.
Right.
I agree
They
that
don't
they
even
don't,
talk
but that's
to
where
them.
we need to strengthen. That's what we need to
People
strengthen.
don't
That's
even-
what we need to, you know?
People don't talk to their neighbors. You can't strengthen them because they don't want to talk to their neighbors. Your idea of community sounds great. That sounds absolutely great, but that ain't going to happen.
Right. Maybe.
You have to have some kind of authority to look into cases like that and be
But that's
impartial.
where they should be criminally charged. Yeah, I agree. The CPS workers do not have common sense. Their brains aren't even developed. Half of them are 20, straight out of college.
That's correct.
A 2-year
That's correct.
degree. Yeah.
And you know something else, Carrie? Half of them that are at 20s, they do the job for a year and a half to 2 years, and they can't take all the yelling and screaming that the parents are doing to them, so they leave.
Right, right. You're exactly,
They quit.
I mean, I don't think it's funny, but it's exactly right. It is exactly
No,
right.
it is funny to me because when they walk away from your door, they probably go in their car and start crying because you yelled at them.
Yeah. Right? Well, I'd hope so. Like after, yeah.
And then when they realize how
that would
much,
be my end game goal.
right,
That's what I
and when
would
they
want them
realize
to
how much paperwork they have to do, so much paperwork for the little money they make, they're like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore, and they quit. Then you get a newbie in there again, a new person.
Right? You
remember the CPS? You remember the CPS worker that I had on the show? Do you guys remember that lady? Remember her?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Deborah
who I
Jackson.
wish every CPS worker was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well,
Whichever CPS
no.
system
Listen. I can't even contact her again.
What?
I call her on the phone to see how she's doing. Would she like to come on again? I
Right,
can't even
right.
get her. She won't answer her phone.
Oh, Herbert, did we get her in trouble?
No, we didn't get her in
Or did
trouble.
we freak
I
her-
just
or did
think
we-
that you
or did we
guys.
make her aware,
No,
or-
I think you guys told her the truth about what's really going on,
Right.
and she probably knows that.
Yeah.
I think Gunner
She probably
hit
thought
it
she
right
was
on the
gonna-
head
she probably
when
thought she
Gunner
was gonna,
said.
like, hustle us. Yeah, hustlers.
When Gunner
you know what
Gunner
I mean?
Gunner
Like, she
said.
really thought she was gonna hustle us and talk us into, like, sweet talk us back at, like, to cheerlead him or something.
Yeah, Gunner said she sounds like a typical CPS worker. That's what Gunner said, and he was probably correct.
Yeah.
They sound nice, they
I
sound
agree.
pleasant, and they're trying to work you.
Did you see what this comment right here from Carrie Fitzpatrick? I had a worker come in my house and do lines of coke in my bathroom, then blame it on me. I absolutely believe that.
Wow.
I absolutely believe that happened.
Wow.
I could see that happening. That does not shock me. Not even a little tiny bit. Doesn't shock me.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Street Shark said 95%. 95% what, Street Shark?
Get a message right underneath that too. And I forgot to read it. Can you see it?
Oh.
Herbert?
Oh, he says that, and you're wrong, Herbert. There's YMCA for that. There's different things for that. We don't need CPS for that, dude. Okay, so my question to you, Street Shark, is this: what do we do with a child that's literally being abused by the parents? Where does that child go to ask for help?
You're supposed to go to CPS.
No, we abolished CPS. We got rid of CPS. There is no CPS. We got rid of them. So where does the child go?
Oh, but something needs to be put in its place to replace that immediately as that happens.
I'm not hearing you, Darren. Darren, repeat what you just said. I didn't hear you.
I said there has to be some sort of minimum line of protection that's put into place once you abolish this.
Yes. So develop it in your brain right now. What do you want to call it? And what department would it come out of?
Herbert's Children's coming for the children that are really beat.com.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so check this out. So when the next door neighbor knows
Herbert,
that the child. Okay, so when the next door neighbor knows that the child is being abused, they're going to make a phone call to the Herbert line. Is that correct?
But here's the thing: is if we instill back in them the old values of in the neighborhoods when like a little kid was getting abused and the parents or the fathers knew about this, they'd get together, they'd have some beers, and they'd go handle business. Put the power back into the people of the neighborhoods, man.
Right.
Stop trying to police everything. Stop trying to police everything. People can take care of their own kids. The community will take care of their own children. They will watch and monitor themselves.
I used to know the year, but I forgot. Darren, you can help me remember. What year was CPS established? In the 70s or the 80s?
1960 something.
Oh, the 60s. Okay.
It came from the SPCA. We just talked about this.
Yeah, it came, I think, after the dog protection or the animal protection stuff, right?
Correct.
Why did they establish it? Do you remember why did they establish Child Protective Services?
Because at that time there was a little girl. Her name was
Mary Ellen.
I don't remember what her name was. Was it Mary Ellen? That got beat up so bad by her stepfather. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then she got beat up so bad by her stepfather that it left marks on her and so on and so forth. So they had to do something. So the people of the SPCA were given the task of figuring this out.
Okay, so if Mary Ellen got beat up so bad, that means a couple of thousand of kids got beat up bad too throughout the United States. It's just that her case stuck out.
Why does it mean that?
Yeah, because think about it. right now we have children being stolen by CPS. Okay.
But you also have 8 million calls out on children every year that CPS gets, and only about less than 750,000 are even found in anything. So you can't say that. You can't say that there's more.
What I'm trying to say is that Mary Ellen's case is the one that stuck out, but there were other cases similar to that happened that we don't know about. You see, there are hundreds and hundreds of since we've been on this show right now, there's been at least a good 100 or more kids around the United States taken into custody by CPS.
So I want to let you guys hear something before we do get to the end of the show that I think is relevant to play. So with that said, I'm going to move closer to my wife to
serious technology, baby.
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not getting meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no?
Yes.
The Know Your Rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator ORR.
That's a yes or no, I think. Do you really think that you're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers? Oh, yes, sex traffickers. 85,000 children who you have no contact with in your area. We gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. You do home visits in all cases. You can actually see where these children are being released, whose care you're putting them in.
We do not do home visits in all cases. Senator, I'd really like the opportunity to talk about what we
Let's look at this.
Wow.
That was pretty powerful.
Yeah, they have a thing called YouTube, Vinny, and that's on there. You could use that next time.
Yeah. Well, see, I can't share the screen, Darren. The tablet won't allow me to do it. Me and Carrie learned that the last time.
Yeah. The tablet.
Hey, by the
remember
way,
the phone experience, Darren?
You can't. Hey, wait a minute. You
It's
can't.
like the phone.
You don't know how.
It won't let me share the screen. My screen.
So you can't, or you don't know how.
No, it won't allow it. The tablet won't allow it.
Well, I know what it does allow. Last thoughts. Let's do them.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, listen, Darren, Dana came on and said that the history of child protection started in 1874.
Right, that's what Darren said too.
No, he said the 1960s.
That's when they came in.
No, from the
right. History of it.
But they were.
So.
And I'm agreeing with Tammy. Tammy says abolish CPS. I'm saying yes, abolish it. But now what?
Let the neighborhoods handle it themselves.
You can abolish it, but now what do you do with those children that are really being abused by their parents?
Right. Well, let's do our last word.
Okay. Last words. Don't let CPS into your home. They have to have a warrant, court sign a warrant order, and it's to spell out why they need to come to your house. And also tell your children when they go to school, if the teachers or counselors speak to them, that children should tell the counselors or the teachers that they want their parents to be present during questioning.
Yes.
All right. Very nice.
Carrie.
Knowledge is power. Get as much knowledge as you can get, as much help as you can get. Get it from anywhere, everywhere. Double check it before you use it, and never quit searching for it. Okay. Good. I'm good.
Oh, waiting on you.
My turn. Well, I'm going to say this tonight to all you parents out there fighting CPS. Keep fighting. Don't give up. If you need some information, I just want to throw this out there. Check out our very own Punisher's book, Stay Calm, CPS is Coming, on Amazon, and educate yourself with that book.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, Vinny. Thank you. That's very kind.
Yes.
Yo,
It was.
I'm just going to say thank you, Vinny. That was great. That was very nice.
Very truthful.
Man. That was very good, man. Thank you very much.
That was very good, Vinny.
Hey,
Very good.
yeah, I'm the CPS Punisher. We're out of here.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Good night.
Getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate, separate and segregate. Don't celebrate violence that they demonstrate. Instigate and penetrate the values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, blind, not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. We need you now. We need you now. One day, one day, one day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you.